Let's connect our Shopify data to Google BigQuery. I will go to portermetrics.com and I will log in to my Google account. Once on Porter, I will go to create and I will select Google BigQuery as destination. In the data sources selection, I will connect Shopify. Remember, you could connect multiple data sources to blend the data. For instance, combining advertising, GA4, Shopify, Klaviyo, and so on. I will connect Shopify only this time, and my connection will be called e-commerce. Naming my connections are useful to organize my data in case I'm connecting multiple data sources, clients, brands, and so on. Here I will go to next and I will go to connect accounts. We will connect our Shopify store. So I will go to add a shop and I will connect a new Shopify store. It is as simple as going to the app marketplace by Shopify and installing Power Metrics. I will click on install, I will log in on my Shopify store, and I am done. I will select my Shopify store, I will click on save, and I will click on next. Inside a connection, I can create multiple queries. For instance, a query for products, one query for customers, one for orders, for sales, and so on. So we can have multiple queries inside my Shopify connection. I will create my first query. So for this query, I won't change the data source. I will go directly to my Google BigQuery setup. So in my Google BigQuery setup, I need to log in with my Google account so I can retrieve my projects. Remember the hierarchy of your Google Cloud Console account. On Google Cloud, we have organizations. In organizations, we have projects. After projects, we can have datasets in BigQuery. Inside datasets, I can have tables, and inside tables, I can have queries. So first, I start with the project. I will select this project called marketing data, and I will choose the location of my server. Generally, I simply use multi-region, so I don't need to think of this. This is depending on the compliance and policies inside your company. Now, as the data set, I created a data set that is called marketing data. And my table name, I will call it, for instance, Shopify products. I will close this BigQuery setup and I will go to metrics. Now, on metrics, I will select whatever metric. There is something special about our integration. We already calculate some of the common metrics in e-commerce. For instance, Shopify by default will give you orders, but you cannot easily split orders by repeat customers or new customers. We do. We already have those metrics broken down by customer type. These and more metrics are already available and ready on Parametrics. So here I will connect, for instance, total sales, net sales, gross sales, taxes, orders, customers, and so on. You can bring all the metrics that you want in this query. So I will bring more. For instance, instead of customers, I can also bring new customer orders or new customers average order value, and so on. So here I have, for instance, also repeat customer orders, and I can keep pulling more metrics. So this is an example of pulling your data. But let's say that you want to calculate your own metrics because we don't offer one that you need. You can calculate them with natural language and AI. So I will go to create a metric, and this metric, I will call it average order value. I will calculate it my own. So I can prompt this formula in natural language, my average order value. So I will prompt, hey, I want to take my total sales or my revenue and divide it by the number of orders or the number of customers. However you decide this metric, I use orders, and I will select this prompt, and Porter will show me what is the formula that this is interpreting. And it is showing me the average order value, and in the preview, I can validate this is calculating correctly my data. So I will go to create, and I have created my first custom metric with AI that I can pull directly to Google BigQuery, so I don't need to do it with SQL. Now, in dimensions, I can do the same. I can break down my data by date, by product, by customer type, by channel, by campaign, by however I want. With Power Metrics, you can get the data from customers, orders, products, inventory, and way more, even your POS. Now, here, I will select, for instance, product title. I want to break down my data by product. Also, I want to bring the product tags. And I am done with these dimensions, but I want to create a new dimension. So let me show you that. I will go to dimensions again. I will go to create a dimension, and I want to split my data by discount type. I want to see what are my sales from discounted products versus non-discounted products. So I will call this field discount type. And I will say, hey, if the product tag contains the word discount or the word percentage, tag it as discount. If it is not the case, tag it as none. That's everything. This understood my formula, and I can validate this. So the first product tag says, for instance, discount, and it is tagging discount accordingly. Another product doesn't have, another tag doesn't have discount. For instance, the one that says breast, women, and so on, it says none. So this is breaking down my data correctly. I will go to create, and we have created our custom dimensions for Shopify data, and we are mostly done with our query. Now it is time to filter our data. Let's say I only want to bring my sales from new customers. It is just an example. I will show you how to create a filter. So on filters, I will say, hey, I want to exclude all my product tags that contain the word women or the word men. So I want to exclude these particular segments. Here I will say contains that they contain this particular brand name, and I am done. After filter, I can sort my data. I want to change the arrangement of how I display the data. So for instance, I will say, hey, I want to organize by total sales descending. So my table will show my highest sales products first. And finally, the schedule. This is one I love. I can prompt anything. For instance, I want to pull my data every 2 hours, every 4 hours, every 12 hours. I want to pull it every day or every Monday at 8 a.m. So I will prompt something. Every 12 hours, I want to update and sync my data. Here, I will set the schedule, and finally the settings. In the settings, you can define how you want to import your data on Google BigQuery. My personal favorite is overwriting. Overwriting means that I will remove the old table and I will get my fresh new data there. To me, it is the easiest one to use. However, this depends on your preferences. You might want to use Append if you want to save some historical data, and I want to create new rows beneath the current data I have. In update, what we will do is that we will find the values, for instance, your products, we will try to match them, identify them, and then try to sync those metrics. Why I prefer overwrite. The other ones are more useful if your integration doesn't let you store your historical data and you want to save that historical data. With Power Metrics, we do that automatically, and the Shopify API has generally unlimited historical data. So it is not an issue, and that's why I prefer Overwrite, because it is more simple. So I will choose Overwrite, I will save this query, and once I save this query, I will run the query, and I will go to my Google BigQuery account, and I will show you how it works. So in my Google BigQuery account, I will go to datasets. Datasets, I will go to marketing data, remember our setup, and in the setup, I will create a new table. Remember how we named our table importer. I named it Shopify products. So here I will put Shopify products, I will create my table, and I will run this query. Once this query is executed, I will see the table I just created. Once I am in the table, first I will do, or I will see the schema. The schema or schema will show me what fields I have in this table. And you can see that we have the fields that we have created in our query. We have product type, our custom field. We have the average or order value, that's another custom field, and the other metrics we try to bring in this query. If I go to preview, I will be able to see my Shopify data on Google BigQuery. This is how you can get your Shopify, your e-commerce data on Google BigQuery. I am mostly done. I want to show you something else. If I go back to Porter, you will be able to connect this data connected from BigQuery directly to Google Looker Studio to make your reporting faster. So I will go to Looker Studio. Once on Looker Studio, I will load and accept this table, and you will see that this will load instantly. I will go to Save and Share to publish my report, and here I will go to Acknowledge and Save to publish this report finally. And here, the same query that we have on Google BigQuery, now we can create tables and charts based on the data that we have. So here, I have my table that I have discount type, my custom field, and I have my Shopify customers. But for instance, I could bring orders or revenue. The issue when you connect your BigQuery data is that the fields names are more technical. They have this underscore. We can clean that. In every field, you will go to edit and you can change the display name. So here I can choose, for instance, discount type, and here I can put customers, and in the other one I can put orders, for instance. And this is a clean table and visualization from Shopify data from Google BigQuery directly on your Google Looker Studio reports. See you in another tutorial.